Welcome to This Explainer. Look, I want you to lean in close for this one. We live in an absolute age of miracles. We've explained the fundamental forces of gravity, we've mapped the entire human genome, we've even managed to reach across the cosmos and literally photograph the event horizon of a black hole. And yet, humanity still stands completely surrounded by the unknown. There are phenomena happening right now, around us, beneath us, above us, that are just completely unexplained. And if we're being entirely honest with ourselves, some of them are genuinely terrifying.
Just think about the sheer scale of human knowledge for a second. We've decoded the very building blocks of life itself in record time. We know the exact biological sequences that make up who we are.
But the more we discover, the more we realize just how much we don't know. So today, we're going to explore 7 absolute anomalies. 7 impossible occurrences that continue to just completely baffle the world's smartest minds. We're talking about objects moving in ways that defy physics, to sounds from the ocean no human can categorize, to signals piercing right through the void of space. Let's start the clock.
Number 1. Unsolved anomalies on Earth. Mysteries right here at home. Okay, imagine sitting in your house during a thunderstorm. Suddenly, this glowing, crackling sphere of light just floats right into your room. This is what we call ball lightning. Witnesses describe these spheres as moving completely unpredictably. Sometimes they just hover there, totally silent. Other times, chillingly, they pass straight through solid walls without leaving a single mark. And occasionally, they end in these violent, sudden explosions. But the truly terrifying problem here is that scientists still cannot reliably recreate this in a laboratory. Top researchers are literally still out there actively debating how or even if this phenomenon truly exists. Number 2. Deep space radio signals. Messages from the void. In 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio was just quietly listening to the cosmos when it detected something impossible. It was a remarkably strong, continuous signal from deep space, completely unlike the random background noise of the universe. It was so perfectly structured that astronomer Jerry Amon printed out the datasheet, took a red pen, circled the sequence, and simply wrote the word "wow" right in the margin.
But the absolutely crucial data point here is 72. That is exactly how many seconds the wow signal lasted before vanishing back into the static. Scientists traced its origin to the constellation Sagittarius. But here's the chilling part, the part that literally keeps astronomers awake at night. It never happened again. Not once. We've pointed our most advanced arrays at that exact spot for decades. Nothing. Was it a cosmic freak event? Or maybe a fleeting brush with an extraterrestrial intelligence? We simply do not know.
And number 3. The invisible dark universe. What we cannot see. Think about everything humanity has ever seen. Every star in the night sky. Every planet we've ever discovered. Every single piece of normal matter makes up only about 5% of the universe. The remaining 95%? It is completely, utterly unknown to us. Just a shadowy void that we simply cannot perceive. Scientists call a huge portion of this void dark matter, and we know it has to be there because galaxies are spinning so fast that based on the gravity of their visible stars alone, they should absolutely rip themselves apart and scatter into the void. Something invisible is acting like cosmic glue, holding the galaxies together. But here's the thing, nobody has ever seen dark matter. We can't detect it with light, radio waves, or X-rays. We only know it exists because we can measure its gravitational pull. It's exactly like walking through a snowy field and seeing these deep footprints appearing right in front of you, but being completely unable to see whatever invisible giant is making them. It's literally the architectural foundation of our universe, and we are completely blind to it.
Number 4. The enigma of consciousness. The mystery inside us.
Modern neuroscience is incredible. We can track exactly how the brain processes biological information. We can hook up monitors and literally watch the electrical activity spark and flash across the synapses. But there is a massive, seemingly unbridgeable gap in our scientific understanding right at step 3. We have absolutely no idea how a mass of wet biological tissue and electrical signals magically generates an inner subjective experience of reality.
Sure, science can explain the chemicals released when you're scared, right? The adrenaline, the cortisol, but it cannot explain the actual feeling of terror. Why is there an eye inside your head experiencing that emotion?
Why do dreams exist? Why do we build these vivid, hallucinatory worlds deep in our subconscious? Why do we live out entire bizarre narratives while our bodies are literally paralyzed in the dark? Why are we conscious? It is the ultimate, unanswerable existential question. Is consciousness just a byproduct of complex biology, or is it a fundamental property of the universe itself? Because despite all of our technology, humanity still cannot answer why we are self-aware.
And that, right there, is the beautiful dark irony of our pursuit of knowledge. For all of our incredible scientific achievements, we still stand on an island of light completely surrounded by an ocean of mystery. I mean, we're decoding the genome, but we're haunted by cosmic radio bursts, unfathomable ocean depths, and invisible forces shaping the galaxies. It really seems that the deeper we look through our microscopes and telescopes, the more the universe pushes back. The more our technology advances, the stranger and more complex our reality becomes.
Which leaves us with one final thought to take away from this explainer. The shadows are full of anomalies just waiting to be understood. The universe is speaking in codes we haven't broken yet. The scientific journey is far from over. The real question is, when the day finally comes that science illuminates these terrifying mysteries, are we truly ready to find out what's hiding in the dark?
Let's head to a small desert town in New Mexico where residents report something deeply unsettling. It's this low, constant, deep humming noise. They call it the Taos Hum. Some say it sounds kind of like a distant, massive diesel engine. But the truly disturbing part, only specific individuals can actually hear it. Imagine being tormented by this constant vibration in your ears while the person standing right next to you hears absolute silence. No source has ever been found, and similar phantom hums are actually now being reported across the entire planet. Let's plunge into the crushing dark of the ocean depths. Back in 1997, researchers monitoring the Pacific recorded a low-frequency sound so unbelievably powerful, it was picked up by sensors over 5,000 kilometers away. They called it the Bloop. Now, to put that scale into perspective for you, the blue whale is the loudest known marine animal on Earth, right? Well, the Bloop was exponentially louder. For years, scientists seriously considered that this was a massive, completely undiscovered sea creature that dwarfed the largest whales. The Earth's oceans remain mostly unexplored, which means something enormous could still be hiding right below the surface.
Not the only anomaly up in the sky. We are now constantly detecting these things called fast radio bursts. In a fraction of a millisecond, these bursts release more energy than our entire sun produces in several days. It's wild. Some repeat in strange, unpredictable patterns, while others are just a singular, blinding flash, and then nothing. So are we witnessing the cataclysmic collision of neutron stars? Or, as some theoretical physicists have quietly suggested, are we seeing the exhaust trails of alien technology?